Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. Let's see if we can finish off this ticket. Knock on wood with a win streak. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Probably not going to happen. We had two games in the last episode, which were the two wins we have on this ticket so far. That neither one did I think I was going to win, and then suddenly I won. I don't know. I guess this last game. About halfway through, I started to feel like I would win. But on turns 1, 2, and 3, I just felt like disastrously far behind. Just did not feel like a very good set for player 1. But on the other hand, player 1 gets a fairly natural flame animus out. What's on TV? Wraith something versus Bonsai. These two are strong players. Oh, that's where Prismata is. 1847, so... Here's Excel. I don't know. I've been following him around a little bit. And didn't he play Dan Exor earlier? Okay, well, we don't get to see what's going on in that game. M. Sven? Oh, no. He's a very good player. Well, that's, blue looks pretty good, but, so does... These are two strong red-green units. But I think, they don't really go with the rest of the green in the set, and there's not... I think just, Oxide Mixers and Manticores and Steel Forges are, kind of good. I might like to get red to go with it at some point. I think red? Maybe it's supposed to be blue and go for green. Go for Venge Cannon Steel Forge as sort of a breach proof thing. That doesn't seem very good. But it's something to keep in mind. Yeah, I think it's a little too late. I'm sort of committed to doing reasonable things instead of that. Okay, so he is going for a lot of green with Fission Turret. I think the Fission Turret is just to put a little pressure on me so that I don't want to build a Steel Splitter. I don't think he's going Mass Fission Turret. He knows that's not good. But he might be going for Fission Turrets to keep me down and then into Venge Cannons. Okay, no, he's just going for Venge Cannons. Noted. He was in a tournament earlier today and he lost a match with Venge Cannons. So there you go. We'll try to make him lose another one. I don't think it's gonna happen though. Well, Oxide Mixer makes a lot more sense against blue, where it's a way to deny the opponent absorb. But here, Steel Splitter is just better because he's not going to get absorb anyway, right? Ever. Okay, so he does want absorb. Interesting. But I can just build a Manticore and then get some more tech. And then I'm actually denying absorb if he ever does build that wall. And what more tech do I want? Can I afford to get red? I think I'll be in pretty sad shape if I do. I think just green. He's up to, 13 drones? So I guess he's going for 5 Venges. I could just get more blue. Try to convert more drones into Steel Splitters. Well, in a race of Which one is more breach-proof, Steel Forge or Venge Cannon? Like, the answer is Venge Cannon. But yeah, okay, maybe I'll pick up some green and just more drones so I can continue building like attackers and sort of have Conduit as like defense for when he quite soon transitions into a million Venge Cannons. I could build Oxide Mixers to continue denying him Absorb on the wall. Or I could build Steel Splitters to try to, like, get Manticore or something. I could do both, I guess. Steel Splitter, Oxide Mixer. And what? Is it like Gauss Cannon time? Probably not, since we're trying to deny Absorb in this world, right? I feel like I do need another Blast Forge. that doesn't feel right, though. So next turn he'll have 12 green. So the turn after is when he's going to want to convert everything, I think. Maybe, am I giving him too much time by not attacking? I mean, I don't know. I can't really change my mind about that. But is that what, like, is he able to build up to too many Venges because I'm not pressuring enough? I need some kind of more tech, but I don't know what it is. I could build conduits and like start clicking my Steel Forge and then convert the drones. I don't think that's gonna work. Like, he's more committed to breach proof than I am. He'll win that race. Steel Forge is not enough to help. Maybe another Steel Forge would be. But my Manticores are not very breach proof either. I just don't know what to do. I think I'll try this. I don't know where it's going, but I have to commit to something before I run out of time. Okay, here come all the Venge Cannons. I sort of thought that was coming last turn. Or next turn, rather. What's with this last drone? He's not going to be able to turn it into a Venge anytime soon, I don't think. So I kind of have a problem, which is that, like, I don't have any defense, and I can't really get any ever. I'm gonna try this and see if I can transition into like Venges and Steel Splitters, and maybe that's somehow good. I don't think it is, though. Okay, so he's going to be able to get a 6th Venge Cannon. can do this for a little while, I guess. But it doesn't seem like it's ever gonna win. I can do this. It's hard to see that being very profitable either. Because I need to defend for a little while. This doesn't look very good. I mean, this temporarily holds. I'm not going to have many Venges left at the end, but yeah, it's hard to see this going my way, isn't it? Even if I could convert all my drones, which I can actually, this next turn, I guess. Well, actually, this is sort of worth... Okay. Right. So still not looking great, to be honest. Boy. I guess I'll kill this? No. Yeah, he's got twice as many bench cannons as I do, and I have 2 steel splitters to show for it. And yeah, I guess that'll do it. Okay, you got me, Sven. Ugh. I don't know how to judge when Venge Cannons are right. Apparently here they were. Is it just that they're like right when there's no absorbers? That seems a little bit too broad. I know that like in Venge Cannon plus nothing, right? If it was just like base set plus Venge Cannon, you should go for Venges. But yeah, and there's not really anything that appealing here. Like, there's no good attackers. I guess that's maybe what I should have looked at. Is like, are there any attackers that are more efficient than Venge Cannon, or any absorbers that can stand up to Venge Cannon? And the answer in both cases was no. There's sort of like some blue utility units, but that's not enough to like aim your whole game towards blue. And likewise, the red is pretty lackluster. It will crumble against Venge Cannons. So I think that that might be a way to come to the conclusion that Venge Cannons are good here. And then I think I would still lose because Sven would execute the Venge Cannons better than I do. But at least I would be competitive. Look at that, I like lost 1 point. That's what you get for losing to Sven. Where is he on the leaderboard today? 9th. Dan Exor. We saw him a little while ago playing against Excel. Rank 9, I think? Okay. Looks pretty defensive. Frostbites are a counter to the Centurion, sort of, but Xeno Guardian is there to back it up, and I think that that means the Frostbites are not really that playable. I think we're going high econ into Centurion. You could maybe use Ferritin Sac to, like, produce some extra blue, but honestly you'd like 2 blue all game. If you ever find yourself with too much blue, you can tech back down with Grenade Mech instead of teching up with Ferritin Sac. Honestly, like, am I getting a 4th engineer? Is there anything here that punishes that? It seems so defensive. I should just get a conduit, right? I'm gonna want a healthy amount of green. As player 1, I might... Well, no. Here you might consider a 4th engineer. Okay, but a conduit, fine. So tricolor high econ is sort of more natural for player 2 because you can get the conduit and then the blast forge and you're not floating any money, which is nice. But it's not too bad for player 1. What do I get first? Infusion grid or... Ooh, interesting. Or, yeah, infusion grid. I was thinking Xeno, but I can't do that. Or Steel Splitter, I guess is what I was thinking. But, I'll just get the infusion grid. Pick up an Animus. Start getting Tarsiers. Or maybe Hellhound or something. Those are both good. Well, Hellhound's going to be pretty bad against his Xeno Guardian. But it's just generally fine. It's good to be able to build later. And get started on those Tarsiers. There's plenty of red sinks here, so I don't mind having red as soon as possible, honestly. Is he just going to rush out a Centurion? That's usually not the right thing to do. Now I'm positioned to build a Centurion if I want, but I don't actually want to. I just want to build like Hellhounds or Xeno Guardian or something. Is this Blast Forge wrong? Should I build another drone instead? No, I don't think so. Not with Hellhound in the picture. I can easily recover from having too much blue. Okay, so he knows not to rush out the Centurion. Fine. I would like a Xeno Guardian here, which means I'm not building the Hellhounds, which is too bad. But I think this is fine. If I build 2 Hellhounds, then like he's just sort of well positioned to build Centurion next turn. I don't see any reason to give him that. I'll be well positioned to build a Centurion this turn, I imagine. Yeah. And I can't quite afford a Tarsier with it, but I could get like a Frostbite or something. Yeah, Frostbite's fine. I don't really want either of these. Well, actually, maybe a Ferret Sack is better because then I could build like a Xeno Guardian and also a Hellhound on that turn. Blue is pretty good with Hellhounds around. I feel like he might have too many Xeno Guardians. He's going to have trouble defending them all. And it's fine to lose some of them. That's what they're for, but I'd rather just be building more efficient attackers than efficient defenders. Yeah, I think I like the Ferret Sack. You know, 2 Frostbites can freeze a Centurion, which basically deals 2 damage to him by giving him 2 less absorb. But he has enough Xeno Guardians that he doesn't really care about that. I don't know, I kind of want to build some Hellhounds. This puts on way more pressure than like Tarsiers plus Xeno Guardian. And it gets me the Engineers, which is nice. Gets me to use my green, also nice. Makes him lose an attacker. And yes, yes, he's on the defensive now. I can continue pushing with Hellhounds. Probably. Wow. That's a lot of blue. I don't get it. I don't mind losing a Xeno Guardian next turn if I have to let me get out more attack. But it looks like I won't even have to do that, right? 12 is 5, 11, 12. Okay, he can lose these and keep all the Xeno Guardians if he really wants to. Maybe I'll do something more like this. Oh man, what about a friggin' Tesla coil? Oh, that's so mean. I like that a lot. Get one more engineer to make it a little easier to protect my Xeno Guardian? Sure. Yeah, make him use all that blue on walls. So we're taking for 17, that's 5. He can only defend for 15 without losing a Xeno Guardian. On the other hand, his Tarsiers are coming in now. That's uncomfortable. Now he can defend for 17 without losing a Xeno Guardian, but he loses a Rhino instead, right? Yeah. He can lose all this stuff, keeping the 3 Xenos in the Centurion. Okay, he gets an infusion grid. That's nice. Again, he's losing 1 attack, so he has only 12. I get to keep 2 engineers this way. So what if I just do this again? Continue pushing with more attack. I lose a Xeno Guardian this way, which I forgot, but I think it's not the end of the world, I guess. He's like gotta be almost out of walls by now, right? Yeah, I haven't built any. I'm gonna have to start building defense soon. But so far, I'm getting away with just pressuring, which is nice. I guess I've been building some engineers, which are not great to be building in general. So maybe I have to cut out the Hellhounds and like build something else instead to let me get infusion grids. This way he still loses 1 Xeno Guardian. Is this good? I can freeze walls, actually, threatening to kill the Centurion. No, or the well, yeah. Sort of kills some Xeno Guardians, I guess. It's not that great. I think I'm still in an okay position to build Tarsiers. But it's getting pretty dicey, honestly. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone build 4 infusion grids in a single turn. To do that, he has to lose the Xeno Guardians, though, right? So it's not so great. Ooh. I don't like that so much. I don't know. I guess he's losing to attack the Xeno Guardians in order to let him get out that Tesla coil. It's not so great. Interesting that I've transitioned from Hellhounds to Tarsiers, and he's transitioning from Tarsiers to Hellhounds. You would prefer to go in the direction he's going, generally. Let's see, he's losing 2 attacks, so 1 wall defends. Build an infusion grid. I only get to build 1 engineer, huh? I don't like that too much. I'm gonna have to spend it on the Tesla coil, of course. Anyway, you'd usually prefer to build Tarsiers and then Hellhounds, because then they sort of arrive all at once. This way, by switching to Tarsiers, I gave him a break. But I don't know, he bought that break for himself by building 4 Blast Forges, which, like, I guess if that's what you wanted to, go ahead. He's almost out of walls, but he has a few. And he's defended this turn, just building 2 walls, so that's good for him. But he can't spend his tech anymore. He has 2 Blast Forges more than I do. And only 4 more drones. I guess Hellhounds were letting him spend his tech efficiently, but now that he can't afford to build those anymore, he's sort of having trouble spending it all. Okay. Yeah, Frostbites. Okay. Do I actually need this to be clicked? Probably, right? How am I on engineer supply, actually? Pretty low. But he doesn't have any more infusion grids coming in next turn, which has been his main advantage, is that he's been able to build infusion grids. Is there some way I could get an infusion grid? How many force fields would it cost me? 2? I can't even do that. It's not legal. I could cut an engineer, I guess. I could do this. That might be worth it. Or I could cut the Tarsier, maybe. I still have to force field, I guess. Cutting Tarsier won't help me get more defense. But the Tarsier is probably wrong. I should build a Rhino. Yeah, it's too slow. Tarsiers are too slow. I don't like having to build all my force fields all at once here just to, like, stay alive. But he's, like, got no defense this turn. On the other hand, that's the position I've been on, you know, every turn for a while, is having no defense. But I have wall supply and he doesn't, so nice. I like the looks of this. I mean, in fairness, no, I'm not losing any attackers. I did force field enough to keep the Rhino alive, so I am attacking for all 24. He has to do this to defend, which is pretty sad for him. And he won't have any more walls on future turns, so we should be able to bust open the Centurion soon. It's just a question of if these Frostbites are going to provide so much pressure that I can't. He's emoting, but not actually conceding. I don't have to do this. I'm already perfectly granular, right? I think Nitrocide was wrong. By the time I... actually, hang on. Let's just just hold back the Rhino. If he loses all but one of these drones instead of all of these drones, like, that's still fine with me. My thinking about Nitrocide is, by the time it arrives, I'll either have won the game or lost it, so it's wrong, right? I'd rather save the gold just so I can float, so I can hold back more drones on the next turn if that's useful. I'm not sure if I should attack with the Rhino or not. It's 1 damage right away and then 2 health, or it's 2 health right away. And that health is protecting my drones. Does that matter? I think I'd rather keep the Rhino, because, like, he has to click the Frostbites to even do this, and then if he does, he's let up a bunch of pressure, so... I'm just going to actually build the Nitrocide and say the game only comes to a quick end if he freezes my Centurion. Like, I only lose this Rhino if he freezes the Centurion, and if he does, a bunch of pressures come off of me. So the Rhino is here just, like, to hold the line, to prevent me having to bleed drones too quick. Yeah, now he's not defended even holding all drones, so I think that just means we got him, right? He can force field once to get a little extra defense, but he still loses Centurion, even if he makes me lose my Rhino. Yep. Cool. So what was the big deal here? We both went high econ, of course. Got conduits, blast forges. His double blast forge is fine. Lets him get the Xeno Guardian. But, you know, my infusion grid was also fine, I think. And I mean, this is sort of interesting, is that he got up to exactly 5 attack this way, right? Which makes my Centurion particularly good. I was never at 5 attack, right? I go from, what? 1 to 4 to 8. All of which are sort of awkward for him to defend with. He has to lose an Engineer when I'm attacking for 4, and then he has to lose, like, NG Rhino when I attack for 8. We both settled on a pretty similar number of drones. Although I guess actually this is interesting, right? He built. I built more drones too. He built more, but both of us decided we needed more drones than this, and that's fine. $26. Did he actually empty the drones? Yeah, there's 1 left. And he built it. Okay, so he did. He emptied the drones. Interesting. I didn't notice that at the time. And his... I don't know. It felt like he built too many Xeno Guardians, kind of dumping too much blue into them. Whereas I was using my blue for Hellhounds, which is a lot more efficient in terms of producing attack. Xeno Guardians produce defense, which is nice, but he ended up... The Xeno Guardians would have been better if he had been willing to lose them, I guess is what I'm saying, right? He spent all this time, like, building walls to protect the Xeno Guardians, which is fine, but then it's like, if you're not making use of their health, they're just units that have, you know, it's 5 blue, blue, green for a Tarsier. Not a Tarsier, a fast Tarsier, right? Let's say. And it would have been better, I think, to have been spending that blue on more efficient attackers like Hellhounds. He built a 3rd and 4th Blast Forge, which is pretty interesting. Like, I don't think it was actually wrong. It looks kind of silly, but he has a lot of drones. And so he can, like, use this to wall Hellhound or something. I don't know. I'm not sure of a few things. One is, like, when I transitioned from Hellhounds into Tarsiers, why was that? was because I lost all of my defenders, right? I had to start bending my blue on defense, which is fine. I wonder if some of these Tarsiers like should have been Frostbites, but I don't think so. Not against the guy with Xeno Guardians. You just want to deal damage. Yeah, and around this point it started getting interesting. I don't know about my Tesla coil. I think it's good, but you know, that's why I bought it. I thought it was good. It seems to have worked out pretty well. He was under a lot of pressure to defend, and it seemed like he was working very hard to keep the Xenos alive, and a Tesla coil makes that much harder for him. If he wants to spend a bunch of resources keeping Xenos alive, that's fine with me. And, you know, also of note, of course, the wall supplies. He has 4 left, I have 10 left. So the fact that I keep building engineers, I don't know, it argues that maybe I should have had a little bit more tech, because I was having to spend money on NGs, but, you know, with a Tesla coil, you need the NGs anyway. I was able to squeeze in a couple of infusion grids from time to time, which was nice. This turn, this was an interesting one, wasn't it? I have to defend, not from nothing, I guess. Huh. What was the deal with all this? Why did I choose this? I guess I needed to do all this force fielding to let me attack with my Steel Splitter and build a Rhino. Okay. And the point of that was that he was going to have a tough time defending his Centurion. And indeed he did. And I'm also not sure about the Rhino click versus hold on this turn. I ended up holding it. And that still seems right, but I don't know. It could be wrong. And at this point, it's game over. Yeah. Interesting game. Oh, we completed the ticket. That was fast. We got a platinum ticket, right? How nice. And we're almost up to the 40 here. Cool. Well, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.